it was short on blinker fluid and the flux capacitor was out. And we're back with another video, and today is day 7, business day 7, that my Scat Pack Swinger Special Edition Challenger has been in the shop for an electrical issue, and I think this takes it to day 9 total and approaching day 10, which is interesting. It's just, and I think my biggest issue, folks, is not that cars broke. I mean, I've had 50 cars, every one of them is broke, and they've all been in the shop for something or another thing. And generally, it's a couple of days, you get a diagnosis, and then you get a estimate, and or if it's warranty, they at least give you a timeline based on parts availability, etc. Well, here I've gotten nothing. And that is not normal, because this dealership's usually pretty great. So my issue is that this is a brand new car. This is a brand new car, so brand new cars shouldn't break. Brand new cars, in my experience, other than BMWs and Mercedes and Land Rovers, shouldn't break. So we're gonna go inside this dealership right now. I thought I'd just pop by because I'm nearby anyways, and see if I can get an update from the service manager on my Swinger. Yeah, it's definitely not out here. And there is a beautiful black wide body Scat Pack for sale right there. J-Star Motors. Check them out. They've got some pretty cool cars here with like Dodge or exotics or just SUVs or trucks or Jeeps. They've got so much cool stuff. And I know the owner, and he's a reasonable guy. So I think that's the Hellcat over there. It's been here a little while, but you might be able to make a deal on that thing. But give him a call. So now let's go and throw this thing on my chest and go see if I can get an answer on this. All right, so real quick, before we go into the dealer and find out what went wrong with my Challenger, I gotta realize that I have to acknowledge that not everyone who watches this channel has watched a video before. You could be completely new to my channel, have no idea what I'm talking about. So here's what happened. My 2023 Dodge Challenger Special Edition Scat Pack, 6-speed manual, sublime green, beautiful, beautiful car, brand new last call, started having issues a few weeks ago. The battery light kept coming on for no reason, and it was not the alternator, it was not the battery. I checked all the terminals. I mean, I went through this car back and forth, could not find out what it was. It definitely wasn't the battery, definitely wasn't the alternator. Everybody thought it was, but how did I know it wasn't? Because the car was perfectly fine the very next morning, meaning it was holding a charge, and it was still giving a charge. So that was not the issue. And then one day it just didn't start, and all the dash lights came on. I had to pop the clutch, roll it down the hill to make this thing start, and then it was fine for a few more days. Then the battery light came on again, and I wasn't going to wait till I was stranded somewhere. Dropped it at the dealership, been there 7-8 days, and they found the issue. And we're going to go inside now and find out what that is. And I do this so that if you have this issue on your car, and you do a search on YouTube, that you find this video and you're able to go maybe find the problem without having to go to the dealer if you're out of warranty. And if you have a warranty, you can maybe help the dealership with this video, or the dealership might see this video and maybe get your car done sooner. So the fact that this happened to me could help all of you, which is why I do this video. Obviously, it's to provide content, help, and support, and it helps grow my channel. So with that, let's go find out what the heck happened to my car and why it's been in the shop so long. All right, so before we go get my Dodge back from the dealership and wrap this video up, I had to show y'all something because you may be dealing with this. So I'm going to pop the hood here. I'm also going to pop the trunk. So my challenge with this cop car has been, when I have my Dodge, I drive the Dodge all the time, and what happens is this thing dies. And I've already been through one battery that was like $300, and that was irritating. So I bought this, and I just thought, man, this is the coolest thing ever. That you may want to get one of these things. I'll put a link in the description below, an affiliate link, because I love it. And I got this idea from the guy that did my Christmas lights. I told him my car keeps dying and it's killing me because I have to keep charging it or starting it, and that was becoming hard to keep up with. So what I got was this solar panel, and this will keep my battery charged while I'm not using this car. And since the Dodge is coming back, we'll go ahead and connect this sucker right here. And oops, make sure we get a good solid connection. There we go, right there. A nice solid. Alright, that'll keep this thing charged. We'll run this right into the dash. So it's constantly getting sun. And fortunately, the sunshine definitely goes the second half of the day. We'll be there. My suction cups go right there. Right there. This thing will sit there. And we will tuck the wires away just a little bit. And now we have a trickle charger that will keep this battery from dying when I'm not using this car. So now you might be able to tell when you look in here. Let's see how this looks. So you can see the lights up underneath there. I'll try to show you there. When both the red and the blue are lit up, it's charging. So there is actual charging taking place right now from this device to the battery. So I will not have to jump back in this thing with a dead battery. It will always be ready, and I don't have to jump start it or risk destroying my battery. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's go get my Scat pack. Black Hellcat, red interior. Woo! I was just gonna check on my car. It's been here a while. I want to see if there's any update. That dude right there.
Okay,
yeah.
He's almost there.
All right, thanks. Total loss? Are they totaling it? I was at Chick-fil-A, so thought I'd swing by and see if it's alive, dude. Yeah, I know holidays slow things down, but I've never had a new car broken this long, so.
Yeah, it's under. Just make sure. Do you want him to clean it by any chance?
No. Well, I can't. Yeah, because I have to go home and come back anyways. Okay. So yeah. So is it all done? Does he?
I mean, the paper.
Does it say so? Because I have a lot of people curious. Like, what was the problem? Does it?
Well, I mean, I can only go by what he wrote, what the tech wrote there. But if you want like
I put the vehicle
clarification, it's probably gonna be him.
Into the key.
That's what's thrown. It was this. You threw me off. I know I've seen you before. So
oh yeah.
Like,
Well, I attempted to start the vehicle several times, but it would not crank. Well, that's. Oh, that happened to him too. Mm-hmm. Even when pushing the fob against the start/stop button, I grabbed the battery pack. I tried it on the battery and found that it started the vehicle. Then inspected the DTCs in the vehicle and found that there was an active PCM code for the charging system output hitch high. Following the flow chart for the DTC, I inspected the wiring at the front of the vehicle to ensure all the nuts were tight in the charging system and found that the positive jump post nut was free spinning. Positive jump post nut shouldn't affect anything.
well, if it's not grabbing the proper voltage, it will throw different things.
Yeah. Is it the jump post nut where you jump it? That little positive jump post nut right there in the front?
That shouldn't do anything. Well, the positive one, yes.
Yeah.
The negative one is the one that's the just
There was an active PCM code. Ensure all the nuts were tight. The charging system found that the positive jump post nut was free spinning. Torque specific test of the battery. Made sure the cell was in good condition. After running the vehicle, I found the DTC did not return. We may be in for some fun with this car, because that is not. There's no way a jump post nut would.
Yeah.
Right, because it's not even connected to the battery. That's just where you jump the car in the front.
It says the positive, right? Not the negative.
Yeah.
The positive should be connected. The negative isn't.
Yeah, but it's just a jump post.
Yeah.
Like, it's not used to control anything in the car, and the nut being loose doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So this may be back. Well, shit happens, man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll get him to pull it down if you want.
Yo, what's up, dude? Hey. So did they figure? I mean, it sounds like they couldn't find the issue.
For the no start, oh, the starter nut was loose.
The starter nut.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, jump post nut. I'm like, there's no way a jump post nut would cause that.
It was super loose, dude.
A starter.
Yeah,
nut.
that was it. Battery was good. Everything was.
Wow.
Everything else was.
So
good.
they were just rushing into the factory.
It could be, or it could be that, you know,
the vibrated loose. Yeah. All those.
So he torqued it to spec, and it's good. So.
Okay, that makes me feel better because I'm like, a jump post nut shouldn't cause anything, man.
Just get a signature there.
All right. But it's fun. Well, thank you. All right, appreciate everything. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get my wife, and so, you know, hour. Yeah, if they can clean it, because I'm sure it's filthy sitting upstairs. That'd be awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'll be back. All right. So I knew it'd be okay, but I had a plan for the worst. Create a little drama, get you all tied to the outcome, but it appears that the solution is there. Otherwise, I was gonna leave in this Hellcat today and call it a day. That thing's incredible. All black. Whew. Anyways, let's jump in the car and talk about this real quick and wrap this video up. Uh-oh, look what's arriving. Hornet, 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 Hornet. Maybe that's a Hornet. Jeep, SXT. Like the color, but more cars are showing up. This is crazy. There's like no room on these lots either. Brand new. Alright, let's go get my Swinger back after it gets washed, and we'll chat about what was wrong with it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There she is. Oh, isn't she beautiful? I heard you all the way over there. I was like,
you heard it coming.
that's my car, man.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're
Take
welcome.
care. All right, so as you heard, the car is fixed. They figured out what it was, and it was a loose bolt on the starter. And that totally makes sense. Now, originally when I was reading this thing, it said that it was the, basically the, what do they say? It said that they found a jump post that was spinning, or the screw that was spinning. Now, I could be wrong, I'm not a mechanic, but the jump post is where if you want to jump start or need to jump start this car, there is a positive post sticking up on the passenger side in the engine compartment that you flip the plastic thing up, and boom, you can hook jumper cables or a charger to that and then hit your negative to a bolt nearby. So that would make no sense, that because I mean, it's not the battery. Usually you'd have the battery in the front of the car. So obviously that was not it, and I was worried because on this piece of paper that's what it said. Well, it doesn't say starter bolt, but that makes total sense. So if it happens again, then we will be in the thick of it, and I will be doing another video on it. But it looks like that's what it was. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how does that happen. How do you end up with the starter bolt loose? Well, generally that doesn't happen. I've owned 8 of these cars, and that's never happened. So the only way I can imagine that happened, and I have not been out swinging this thing, and I've not been driving it super hard, doing nothing crazy in this car, and just other than just daily driving it and stomping on it once in a while on the highway, that's got to be something that wasn't done properly in manufacturing. That's my suspicion. No big deal, not beating up on the factory workers. God bless them, they work hard. Thankful for them building these amazing cars, but something slipped through, and human beings make errors, and that's no big deal. And at least I didn't end up, stranded somewhere crazy. The other issue that, other than the oil change, that I had at least put on the list, which I'll show you here now that I can. Let me get some light in this thing so you can really see, is the interior of the door, inside of the door, is peeling off. Now, see if you can see this. See how it's poking out here? It's on, push it really hard. So it just pops back out. that is on back order indefinitely, and I knew that would happen. But getting it at least on the list of work and in the system would mean even after warranty, that thing shows up, this thing would be covered. So, but look at this, the whole thing all the way back here is off. Now, compare it to this side. Whoops. Let's see if we can get away from the sunshine. Window up. Compare it to this side where it's, see how it's not peeling up? It's there just fine. Literally, well, a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. This one's starting to do it too. So, yeah. So check out your car. If you've got a 2023 or even an older one, see if it's happening to yours. Like, this one's completely off. Now, you can't tell. Nobody can tell. Nobody's going to say anything about it. It is what it is, but look, you can totally see it's coming off. So that will be fixed later on, but at least the car's back. And frankly, I wasn't even making a big deal about it. When I told the guy about it, he says, no, let's put it on the list. So check out your cars, because if it's under warranty, they'll have to fix that. So with that, everybody, hopefully this helps anyone out there who's having that battery issue, that strange non-starting and then starting and being fine for weeks issue. And this will help you diagnose the issue, or help you help the dealer, or maybe somebody at the dealer watches the video and their car gets fixed faster. So that's why I do these videos. It helps everybody, and this is the collaboration. I wish everybody who had an issue with their cars would put that issue and what the resolution to that issue was in a video. That way we can always find it, and we don't have to be wandering in the desert wondering what's wrong with our cars, because it really is nice to know, especially if it's out of warranty, what I would have to do to fix it. And helping you know, if the issue happened with one guy's car, probably will happen with another guy's car. So it just helps the community out, helps everyone out. So with that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment, share this video with anyone you think who could use it, and I'll see you in the next one. And I'm glad that the outcome is positive and I get to keep my beautiful Swinger, unless the light comes on a few days from now and I end up driving it through the windows of the dealership and demanding my money back. Just kidding. See y'all in the next one. Bye-bye. Well, if you're still watching, I'm just dying to know how many of you with hood pins are living this dream and have snapped your fingers underneath this little clamp here and literally screamed bloody murder. There's not a lot of things that hurt more. So then you take them off, and then that snaps your finger in between here and here. It's a lot of fun. It really is. I just screamed the F word really loud in the neighborhood. So comment below. You done that? Hurts like a son of a gun.